Chapter 4 The Functions of Death. Bethany found a good deal of comfort after her conversation with Monica. She considered her time with her dear friend to be engaging and sincere. The certainty she arrived at concerning many points of her existence quenched her thirst for real feeling. She took her leave of her friend after a lengthy and adequately satisfying conversation and returned to her mother's house. She spent one more night there, speaking with her sister and mother about the future for each of them, and speaking well of their shared family memories. She packed up and returned to her apartment in the big city on the coast and returned to her place of employment. She focused on her work, and time began to slip by with a speed which she was used to. The first 2 weeks found her making one call to her mother on the weekend. She also called her sister just to keep the ties of family tight. She finished reading 2 books and began bringing work home with her to keep herself occupied at night. In the 3rd weekend, she called to her mother and sister but left a message on their answering machines. She figured that she should take it as a sign that they were becoming entrenched in their own lives again and would not need her checking in on them. On Sunday, she called each again and again got their machines. She chose not to leave a message and went back to her work. She tried to not think about having called them again and how they might not need her to check up on them as much as she wanted the family connection. She went over the coding work from the office and had 2 cups of tea. She had a bath before dinner and cooked for herself. When she was done, she cleaned the kitchen thoroughly and then her small living room that doubled as her office. She took care of all her laundry and tidied her bedroom. She took one of her favorite novels and curled up in bed, planning on reading until she slept. At 2 a.m., when she finished the book, she got up and paced, and then set about cleaning her bathroom from top to bottom. In a moment of fatigued reflection, she thought that her behavior was not necessarily normal, and sought confirmation of such from her coworker, Alice, the following day. Alice was not her boss, but was older than her and had taken a shine to the talented young lady when she began her employment in the large company. Never one to avoid speaking sense and pointing out the clear truth, Alice took Bethany under her wing to help her understand the subtle nuances of office life and work. Alice cared enough to be attentive to small signs of stress, and the dark circles under Bethany's eyes gave rise to the question of the young lady's previous night's adventures. Bethany explained the 2 a.m. cleaning chore, and Alice wasted no time. "That's not normal," she said. "There must be something troubling you if you're staying up that late. And staying up that late to clean your bathroom? Don't even try to justify it by saying it was a productive use of agitation. Just tell me what the problem was." "Oh, it's about my family." Bethany felt self-centered when she heard herself say it, and quickly attempted to gloss over the topic. "I missed my weekly calls with my mother and sister, and I was just worried a little." Alice made a slight hum while she watched Bethany avoid eye contact. And did you miss the calls because you weren't home?" "No," Bethany admitted. "I missed the calls because they weren't home." She made eye contact. "I tried to call each of them and they weren't home. They were out doing whatever their lives are." "Seems to me like you miss them and not just the phone calls," Alice said. When Bethany didn't have a retort to that, Alice softened. It is normal to need them, especially with the loss you've recently experienced. Bethany looked at her. And maybe there's more to it than what you let on to here. You're going to finally let me take you up on that lunch offer? Bethany asked, referencing Alice's offer on her first day to take the young lady to lunch, which had been conveniently postponed every instance that Bethany brought it up to Alice's attention. Well, sure. Alice accepted, much to Bethany's surprise. You're set for another business trip next week, and we can't have you staying up through the night cleaning the hotel bathrooms while you're over there. She walked from the kitchenette while Bethany sipped her coffee. Be ready to go at 11:45. And since it's my treat, it will be my choice. Understood? Of course, Bethany answered, with as much gratitude in her tone of voice as she could foster.